Welcome back to Bulgaria and welcome back to Bdin Vidin in our Football Manager 24 Build a Nation save.
Hello guys, welcome to episode number 40 of our Build the Nation save here in Bulgaria. As the manager of Bdin, we have reached the end of the season. Of course, last time out we were knocked out of the Champions League round of 16 by Man United. Just a step too far for us. The English clubs are a little bit out of our reach so far. We're doing well against some of the other teams though, which is obviously pleasing to see, and we're growing the club of Bdin, which is obviously the aim for now. We're also trying to grow the nation of Bulgaria, get some of the other Bulgarian teams doing well in Europe as well. Big focus is going to be on next season, getting the loan farm really up and running, get some of our good young prospects into first team football at other clubs. But we're here today to see how we got on at the end of the season. Obviously, end of season review. We'll have a look at some of the coefficients and how the other teams have got on in Europe as well. And this is how we got on, guys. Quite comfortably champions in the end over Ludogorets. Ludogorets have finished second, quite again comfortably over Levski Sofia. They qualified for the Champions League qualifier. Sofia and 1948 get into the Europa League as well. It was comfortable in the end. You can see we won it with 3 games to spare, and we've lost 2 of the last 3 because we rotated the squad quite a lot. Obviously wins against Ludogorets in the cup final as well, so we've done the treble this season, but the win over Ludogorets at home, so we've won the title against the best team in Bulgaria at our stadium as it's on its way out. Garcia McNulty with the only goal of the game. Won in the cup final as well. Prisk and Zoe with the goals. I think we've pretty much got the measure of Ludogorets now. Adam Pap did pick up an injury in this one though. He's starting to pick up quite a few injuries, is Mr. Pap, the Romanian. But like I said, we did massively rotate the squad for the last couple of games of the season. You can see by the players that we've got playing. It was a huge rotation. Win against Levski Sofia, but we've lost to Lokomotiv Plovdiv. Again, big rotation in the squad. Some fringe players getting a game, so we have absolutely smashed the league again. In terms of top goal scorers though, it's not been great. Prisk's up there on 14, but the top scorer's only got 19, which is again is not fantastic. It's 19 and 29 for Preslev Bashev there, which again it's not actually that bad really, is it, when you think he's only played 29 games. Sorokov's got 18 and 26, so the Bulgarians are doing okay. Giatau, who I've mentioned before, I said he's going to be a great player, 18 and 29. It's certainly helping Burrow out. In the end, we end up with 42 players out on loan. There are some of them who've gone to our affiliate, Marista. Struggled to get the words out there. Gone to our affiliate Marista. So there's a few gone down to the second tier to play some football there. Prince and Luvu. He does quite well actually, and Luvu. He gets 17 goals in 24 appearances in the second tier. The big ones though, who are doing particularly well, if we sort them by goals, obviously this is one of our youth prospects who came through the youth academy here. 17 years old, still on loan at Marista again. 16 goals in 23 starts is a very good return. Unfortunately, it's not really looks like it's helping his development too much. But the big one is Matthias Perez, who went out on loan to Chernomorvana for the second half of the season. He's made 6 starts in the league, scored 6 goals, which is absolutely fantastic for an 18-year-old. Of course, this is the reason why we signed him, to send him out there to go and develop, go and get some goals. Mohamed Isaac, 17 appearances, 5 goals. He's another one who was there for the loan farm. Another good striker. Similar with Agildo, who went to Itar. Unfortunately, Itar did get relegated, which is not fantastic. But he's made 12 starts for Itar, 4 goals. Maybe not as good as we would like. Hopefully, we can loan him out again next season to someone, and he has a good time of it. In terms of how the Bdin players themselves have performed, top goal scorer, we'll have a look at the end of season review in a minute, but we'll just have a quick look through this. Prisk got 18, Sirikos with 10, Baron's come in, done very well, 9 in 12 starts. I'm a little bit disappointed in Marcus Vinicius, but of course he does play that complete forward role. He's maybe not there to put the ball in the back of the net as much as the likes of Baron does. In terms of assists though, really good from a couple of players. The wing backs are doing particularly well. Financially as well, the club's doing very well. £25.9 million in the bank. We are slightly over the wage budget though. Of course, we do sign a lot of youth players. We've got so many players on the books here at the minute. We still have some of that transfer budget left, which is good. The wage budget is going up again next season, which again is also going to help us out. We're smashing FFP, you know, we're 46.48 million profit in the projected period. We're allowed to lose 4.28 million, so we're well over that. We're doing really well in terms of FFP. We just need to keep growing this now. So signings may start to slow down a little bit going into next season. We've got, like I said, we've got so many players at the club. I don't even know how we would look and see how many players are at the club. It's probably in here somewhere. It'll tell me somewhere how many we've got. I really haven't got a clue. We've used 43 players in the league this season, apparently. It tells us that. 28 nationalities represented. I wouldn't have a clue where to even look to see how many players that we've got, but we've got all of these in the first tee, and yeah, there's just absolutely tons of them, and it's costing us a lot of money, so we need to try and save some of that money. Anyway, guys, that's how we finished in the league. We're going to have a look at the end of season review now. Of course, when I get there, the league has actually only just finished, so we're going to sort of, I'm going to play through anyway to get to that. We'll let the European finals finish, and then we'll have a look at the coefficients. So I'll see you again in a minute when we go through the end of season review. And here we are, guys. Here is that end of season review. Like I said, we did the treble this season. We did the Super Cup, we did the FA Cup, and we did the league, which is absolutely fantastic. Let's have a look and see who they say the signing of the season is for us. They say Fernando Beron, £4.6 million signing from Boca Juniors. 12 appearances, or so 12 starts, but 9 goals and 4 assists. Has been absolutely fantastic. Zoe's maybe not played as many times as he maybe would have liked to have done, but still 19 is pretty good. Marcus Vinicius, I was expecting a little bit more from him, from the amount of money that we've paid for him. Obviously, Kaufman's not played very much. There's a lot of players who've come in who've not played a lot of football. Mayardo's another one. You know, in terms of outs, they were quite disappointed with Verhoenig. He's got a C from the board. They're content with the deal, but it's because we've sold him for a lot more than he's actually worth. Weverton's contract expired, so we let Weverton go. He was a good player for us, was Weverton. He's gone to Spartak Plovdiv, so he's still playing in Bulgaria. Of course, he has that Bulgarian second nationality. He's played 5 times for them. It did well for us, you know, don't get me wrong, but at the age of 34, you can see his physical's absolutely gone. So it was the right time for his contract to expire. And of course, Nikolai Young, he's probably not played for Inter, so I think we did quite well to get that kind of money for him. Loans out, there's absolutely loads of them. We've obviously already gone over that. In terms of the results, we did win the league, as we've already seen. Champions League, we were knocked out by Manchester United in the round of 16. It's still a very good, you know, a good run in Europe for us. Some of the results that we've picked up: wins over Napoli, Salzburg, obviously knocking Ajax out. We beat Atleti Madrid as well. Win over Feyenoord is absolutely massive. Average attendance of 9,371 for us, which, considering that we've only got 9,000 seats, and that's the rules for the Champions League, I don't know how we've got an average attendance of 9,371 in the Champions League. Not quite sure. In terms of the Super Cup, or is that, I think that's just the figure going across all 4 competitions, isn't it? FA Cup, knocking out September Sofia, Ardakar Jali, Lokomotiv Plovdiv, Slavia Sofia, and beating Ludogorets in the final. And of course, the Super Cup, we did beat CSK 1948 in the final. 1-0, Lima with the only goal of that game. Moments to remember, where the biggest win was a 6-2 away win over Botev Plovdiv. Campiore, Arnaud, Zoe, Subic, Samuel and Prisk with the goals. Match to remember was the fantastic 4-2 win over Napoli. And goal of the season was scored by James Ali Marungu. Perfect finish to an excellent team move by scoring a powerful effort from 20 metres against Pirin Blagoevgrad. Financially, it's been a very good season for us yet again. Reputation hasn't grown according to the star ratings, but the star ratings, there's quite a large range in them. No new sponsorship deals this year, but we did it at the end of last season. It's brought in an extra £0.33 million for us. Broadcast revenues ever so slightly down. Corporate hospitality, again, ever so slightly down. Competition prize money, £500,000 up, which is good. Matchday commercial retail is going to keep growing as the club keeps growing, and we keep getting more supporters. Of course, we're going to the new stadium next season, which is about 9,000 capacity, I believe. So that could come down for next season. Danek still selling the most shirts. Maybe doesn't feature as much as he has done in the past for us, but we've got Pat, Prisk, Ali Marungu and Sirikos in there as well. In terms of the what they believe our best lineup for the season was, it's Adam Papp in goal, Ariel, Tabian Barger getting in there, and Slobodan Rengel as well, Lima, Ali Marungu and Subic, Danik, Arno, Sirikos and Prisk. So in terms of the accolades, the fans player of the season was Adam Papp. Albert Arnault got the young player of the season. Baron with the signing of the season. Ali Marungu goal of the season. Top goal scorer was August Prisk with 18. Subic with 10 assists. We've got most player of the match awards for Subic as well. Highest average rating for Arnault. And passes completed per 90 was Slobodan Rengel. Highest transfer fee paid. As I said, we did break both the records for fees paid and received. 12.83 million for Marcus Vinicius and 11.25 received for Philip Verhunig. So another fantastic season comes to an end for Bdin. It's the first time we've won the treble. We're moving slightly up that list in terms of leagues won as well. We just need to consistently keep doing it, consistently keep performing well in Europe, and to keep building the nation as much as we can, getting those loans going. I want at least 60 players out on loan next season. Obviously I'd like more than that, but I think the minimum amount we need is 60. We did also break 500 matches this season for Bdin, which you know, obviously good for us. We've total received is 17.85 million total in received in transfers. This is a new record. We also spent 27.5 million pounds in total as the manager of Bdin. It says on the timeline there. Right, all that's left to do, guys, is obviously have a look at the coefficients, and we'll obviously I've got the pre-season after that, where hopefully we can make the 1 or 2 improvements that I think we need. Right, guys, welcome back again. It's about a month since we did the end of season review. We're in our new stadium. I've got the I've created a picture. It's Paint. Microsoft Paint has now got an AI thing, so I just typed it in there. I did type 10,000 capacity. You can see that the image is rather a lot more than 10,000, but I quite like it. So there's our new stadium, 9,943 capacity. Year built was 2034. Obviously it's the year we're in. Undersoil heating. Unfortunately we can't build a new one for 10 years now, but it does have some expansion capacity to £19,500. So I am going to ask the board if I can do that. Obviously I think we'll fill 9,943 seats every week, the way that we are with Bdin now. Of course, when we started off, there was barely anybody coming to the games, was we? But we're doing fantastically well. Anyway, we're here to see the coefficients and how the competitions went. In terms of the winner for this season, it was Real Madrid. They beat Man United in the final, which was obviously good for Real Madrid. The winner of the Europa League was Juventus. They beat Tottenham 2-0 in the final. And the Conference League was Lille, who beat Nordsjælland. Made it all the way to a European final, the Danish team. After extra time, Lille did win that. In terms of what it's done for Bdin, I've got to the point where it's actually ticked over and the rankings have changed. We've moved up to the 28th highest coefficient score in Europe. We're right behind Atleti Madrid. We've overtaken the likes of Sporting. We've had a very good season again. We're losing a 16 next season, so if we're going to improve again next season, we need to obviously be scoring more than 16, but the season after that we do lose a 7, which is a big one to lose off there. So we are going to be shooting up the rankings over the next couple of seasons as a club. In terms of the other clubs in Bulgaria, we'll have a quick look. Levski Sofia, they scored 12 last season. CSK 1948 13, and it does look like Ludogorets have had quite a poor season again in Europe, but Levski are 48th, CSK are 58th, Ludogorets right behind them in 59th. Right, the big one in terms of the actual nation coefficients. 10th place, Bulgaria. We remained in 10th place. We scored 12.8 last season, which was exactly the same as the Turkish. Unfortunately, we have moved closer to them. We're only 6 behind them now. Sorry, we're only 8 behind them. It's next season where we're going to be 6 behind them if things stay the way they are. 11 behind the Belgians, so I think we've closed that gap as well. They've only scored 11.1 this season. So indeed, we have closed that gap, which is good. They still do have some distance on them. In terms of Scotland, they're only just behind us. So that's something we do need to be mindful of as well. I think we've left Ukraine behind a little bit now. We're moving 7 coefficient points clear of them. Of course, we're only halfway to our target, which is obviously England, but overthrowing England And you can see the consistent scores that they score every single season because of how many European places they do get. Same with Italy and obviously Spain, France, Germany, the big five really. It's going to be tough to crack the big five, but at the minute our targets are still Turkey and Belgium, so we'll be keeping an eye on what they do next season. But it's another very good season as far as Bulgaria is concerned. Not quite as good as last season, but that is, as we've seen, Ludogorets have not had the best of seasons in Europe. Right, looking over how each individual club got on, we'll just briefly go over ours. Of course, we've been here for our journey. Good wins in the league phase, obviously knocking Ajax out as well with that 4-1 win at home. That was really, really special. Fortunately, Man United just a little bit too strong for us. They made the final 4-1 defeat in aggregate. That's Bdin. That's nice and easy because we see what we do during the season. Right, Ludogorets. Wasn't great. Wasn't great, was it? They were in the Europa League, second qualifying path. They did get past the Pushkas Academy. They also got past Lech Poznan in the third qualifying round, which put them in the playoff against Aberdeen. So we have beaten a Scottish club there, which is really, really good. Unfortunately, they've only picked up 2 wins in the entire league phase. A draw with Young Boys, lost to Valencia, draw with Rennes, lost to Bayer Leverkusen, which is understandable. Xabi Alonso is doing a fantastic job with Bayer Leverkusen. A loss to Nice, a loss to Fenerbahce, which is disappointing, losing to a Turkish club. We did beat Köln though. Not great from Ludogorets. Didn't make it to the knockouts. Obviously, that's why they've had such a poor season. Levski Sofia, of course, they finished runners-up last season, so they did get that Champions League spot. They got past LSK, or Lask, I think it said. They got past them in the second path qualifying round. Got past Midtjylland in the next round. Unfortunately, they couldn't get past Genk, which is disappointing to lose to the Belgian team. Went into the Europa League phase, though. Wins against RZ, defeat to Atlanta, draw with Trabzonspor. A couple of wins in a row, beating Lask again in the Europa League. Lost to Juventus, wins over Istanbul Başakşehir. Sarajevo, a draw away from home. Did get them to the knockout playoff round, where unfortunately they were beaten by Dinamo Kyiv. So only slightly better from Levski Sofia. We also had CSK 1948 Sofia. Obviously, we do get with pretty much the big four who go into Europe every season from Bulgaria, and then there's another one tagging along somewhere. It's kind of what we need to do. We need to get the 4 teams that we do have consistently in Europe building up, getting the finances through the door to help them grow, and then we can start to worry about the other teams. But they were in the Europa League playoff first leg. They did get past Nordsjælland, who of course dropped down into the Conference League and made it to the final. Wins against Legia Warsaw, defeat to Juventus and Lask and Athletic Club Bilbao there. So 3 defeats in a row. They did beat Dinamo Kyiv though, lost to Tottenham, draw with RZ, and a win over Punic, I think that's pronounced. Got them to the knockout round where they did beat PSV Zwolle quite comfortably on aggregate before losing to Braga in the round of 16. So they've gone the furthest out of any of the other European clubs. And finally, we have Arda Karjali. They didn't do very well at all. They came through from the secondary phase in Bulgaria. They got through the European playoff place there to qualify for the Conference League. They did get past Atobi, who I've never heard of. Where are Atobi from? They're from Kazakhstan. They did get past them 5-0 aggregate. Unfortunately, they were beaten by Hapoel Beersheva, the Israeli team there. So not very good from an Arda Karjali point of view. So what that does in terms of qualification places, guys, of course, we remain in 10th place. So we absolutely nothing changed for us this season as far as things are concerned. As soon as we move up to 9th, we go further into the qualifying, which is going to help us out massively. It's really 7th place where things start to change. We go straight into the league phase there. We need to get 6th and above to start getting extra places, which is, of course, the aim. So quite short and sweet this episode, guys, hopefully anyway. With what the other teams have done, it's been quite a poor season as far as Ludogorets are concerned. Of course, there's still the big team here in Bulgaria. They've just had not the best of seasons in terms of Europe. I am going to go away and do the pre-season now, guys, and hopefully we can improve where I think we need to improve. I think we need a centre-half, and I think we need a left wing-back as well. So those are the areas that I'm going to try and focus on. I'm also going to look to see if I can finally move Ali Marungu further up the pitch and maybe play Zaiui next season as the defensive midfielder. I'd like to upgrade these youth facilities to get them maxed out as well, if I can. And I am going to pest the board to see if I can expand the stadium. So that's my job now for the pre-season. Of course, I'm going to have to make some signings as well. There's possibly some of them have come in already. No, not quite yet. Obviously, the date hasn't ticked over to the start of the new season yet, but we probably have got some lined up, ready to come in. In fact, we've got quite a few of them lined up, ready to come in, which is there's some of them going out as well, as we can see there. But yeah, a lot more youth players lined up, ready to come in once the window opens or they turn 18. I think that's one of the things as well. The likes of Ayrton Aquino can't join until he turns 18. Or yeah, he shares a birthday with me. He's getting in the starting lineup straight away. So that's it for this season, guys. It's been another good season. We are the champions again for the 4th time. We've had another good run to the round of 16 in the Champions League. We need to improve on that for next season, though. Like I say, I think the squad's fairly decent, and for the level that Bulgaria is at, not just Bdin, but Bulgaria, I think we've probably got the best squad that we're going to get at the minute. I do want a centre-half, and I do want a left wing back. I think I can do better than Subic. Definitely can do better as centre-half, particularly one who's not 5'10" like Ariel. So that's going to be my goals for the off-season. We will be back, because we've won the league. We're straight into the Champions League again next season, guys. So we'll be back for the first game of the Champions League phase, whoever we're drawn against. Until then, guys, thank you very much for watching again. It's the end of another good season. Hopefully, I'll see you all next season, where we can hopefully go one better and make it to the quarterfinals. But yeah, thank you, guys, and I'll see you next time.